The title for the exhibition, Shaping Space, was a real sense of how do we go about making a new place or a new space to house these wonderful maquettes. We're given this sort of blank canvas here at the building centre, but I was really inspired about thinking about how we make and how we shape space, and not just for this exhibition but how we think through projects. We thought through the exhibition design almost as we would a model, a working model. We work a lot with paper and card within the studio because it's quite fast. We can test ideas. I was intrigued by actually taking that as a sort of scaled up one-to-one model. So the idea that the exhibition itself was an inhabited model, you could say. So there's a simplicity to the design. And so we've created this timber framework and overclad it with a series of mount boards. So the fact that each piece of card is hand applied gives this nice textural quality, and as the exhibition has been breathing, the kind of walls themselves are taking on this rather nice quality. We're also wanting to find ready-made objects, so it was a little bit like going to the model shop where we've bought these cardboard tubes, which are rather beautiful, so they become the legs for the tables, and then we've used this corrugated material. So really simple use of how we've placed then the mount board on top, so instead of it becoming a vertical surface, it becomes a tabletop, but then the text, which we worked with Studio Mathias Clottu on, then you can write and apply straight on to that material. So there was always a process in our thinking and a process in making that if we could make it as a model, as we did when testing the ideas, we were then able to understand how we would construct. This is maybe the largest and most ambitious self-build project that we've done as a practice. So my team, we all worked very hard with help from others at the building centre to construct, and also at the same time having an ongoing dialogue with the curators on where models were placed, of creating these niches and alcoves, and then 2 separate rooms that could be used for showing films. So it was a sort of definite process in making and a process in thinking of how the idea evolved. So this is a good example of why we make models, how we make models. This is an early model that we made about 8 years ago, and it's quite fun that it's become the sort of wayfinder map for the exhibition. It's a sectional model, so it acts like a doll's house. It folds open, and we made it when we were doing a feasibility study of this building, of how we could transform the public spaces of the building centre. Scale is important, so we think through a scale of model that we can easily adapt and work within. This has seen many iterations internally. And also it's used for consultation. So this was used for meetings over probably a year of presenting to different audiences and stakeholders. And I think that's one of the great things about models, is it engages people in a way that drawings are often very difficult for non-architects to understand. And it's been really great to bring it back out again for this exhibition, so people can really get a sense of placing their human self and human scale within a 3-dimensional scaled model.